Welcome into another victory edition of Jags A.M. I'm Kainani Stevens. Sexton and John Oehser with me. We're a little bit later in the week because it was Monday Night Football here in Jacksonville this week, the only primetime matchup of the year. And boy, was it a good one. We were hoping for a great outing, and we got a great game and a great win for the Jags as they improve on the season, and they've only got one loss. Looking pretty good so far through 5 weeks. Let's start out with our big things. It's actually three big people. So we're going to start out with Trevor Lawrence, who had a performance to remember on Monday Night Football. None more memorable than that final play on offense for him to get the game-winning touchdown. Yeah,
we had a good goal line play that we liked off a little play action, and but never got to see it because I was going down as I came out of the center. So, I just panic, honestly, because I was trying to get up to get the ball out of my hands. The clock, we didn't have any timeouts. So I was really going to just stand up and launch it out of the back of the end zone. But then I had a little bit of a lane, so I took it and, scored from there.
Brian, the perfect example of no, yes. As Trevor falls down twice before he finds his way into the end zone. And I'll say it myself, I had some stuff written up earlier on because I was so disappointed with some of the plays early on from Trevor. But in the second half, just showing the resolve, resiliency, we talk about it a ton. But he won that game for them late.
Listen, he took us on a roller coaster ride, right? Penalties and turnovers, mixed in with big throws, especially on that last drive. And at times you're wondering, is he going to do this or is he going to miss this? And it's my hot take, so I'm not going to go too far down the road, other than to say that it was a thrill ride because it ended with him in the end zone in a really big moment. Happy birthday, Trevor.
Yeah, but I thought in the second half you could see him, I don't know if it's a funk or whatever, or just starting to embrace it. First of all, the interception, not his fault at all. It was interference. But in the second half, they have been wanting him to go for the moment, to go for the play when it's there, and for the biggest play of the game to be a ball that he threw to Brian Thomas Jr. where he just let it rip. Hopefully he channels let it rip moving forward, because I thought that was the key as much as Stumble Ruski was the memory.
I like do fall as well. I've seen some good options on Twitter. We'll see what everybody likes, and we'll come up with one name after this week. Our second big person, Devin Lloyd, who is your AFC Defensive Player of the Month for September, and now continuing into October, a 99-yard pick six. Talked a little bit about how this team is different and what he saw in that play.
First off, I'm just super proud of this team for finding a way to win. I know we've been in situations like this and weren't always able to capitalize in the past, but this is a completely different team. And I'm just proud of everybody, for believing and executing when we needed it. And as far as the pick, it was just a great call. It was a zero look, and I was able to pop out. And we know the ball's coming out quick, so it's really about me getting my eyes back and getting in the right vicinity. So the ball was right there, thankfully, and picked up a couple blocks. Those were big. I don't know if I would have made it if I didn't get those. So, grateful for everybody who helped me get into the end zone.
John, we talked a lot last week about needing a play from the defense. We've seen takeaways, but the Chiefs don't always throw a lot of interceptions or turn the ball over at all. But not only to get the interception there, but taking it back 99 yards. I have not heard this stadium that loud in probably the time since I've been here, maybe before that for sure. But that was just the marquee moment for me in that game.
Yeah, and it was the longest regular season interception return for a touchdown by a linebacker ever. So that's a long time to break a record like that. I actually started laughing during the middle of the play when Devin was returning it, because it was like, who else was going to do this? What an incredible storyline. It's almost been comical how much he's around the ball. And Brian, in those old science fiction stuff, when when we were kids many years ago, there'd be a little tube and they would sort of teleport and all of a sudden they'd appear. Yeah. It's like Devin Lloyd, first round pick, has sort of teleported and now he's here, and it's everything you expected, everything physically that he could be. There's not enough to say about him. What credit to the kid to be playing like this, and it's not a fluke.
Listen, it's who he was in Utah, and that's why we were all so frustrated. He was a guy who had sacks, interceptions, forced fumbles recovered, touchdowns, and we'd seen moments early in his career of him being around the ball. but nothing consistent at all. He's Fred Warner right now. I mean, there are very few linebackers who are 6'3", 240. Those guys have become edge rushers in today's game. And he's in the middle of the defense making plays. He's as good a linebacker as there is in the AFC right now. And I don't know how you don't have him already plotted into your future. I get the salary cap and understand the dynamics of things that change, but this is a verifiable star at this point. And those guys, you build around them.
I think they've renamed the Player of the Week award.
It's the Devin.
The Devin Lloyd award.
The Devin Lloyd.
Or just the Devin.
I think the
That's
Devin
much
gets
hipper.
a little mystique. I like that, the Devin. Our final big thing is Liam Cohen. He's come in here. His team is 4-1. He's shifted the culture already, Brian. We talk a lot about, what that means, because people come in and talk about culture shifts, but to actually put those words into action and what we've seen so far, because we talked against the 49ers and even on Monday Night Football, those are games that Jaguars don't win. Maybe they play well, but they don't find a way, and this team has enough confidence in themselves, if they make a mistake, to find a way to win.
He set the standard. He came in and talked about what he wanted his football team to look like, and we've been through it a number of times. Fundamentally sound, attacking, situational masters, and toughness. And as you watch him go through the course of a game and into the post-game locker room video that was posted last night, he exemplifies all of that, and his team follows him. He's very clearly a gifted, natural leader and the kind of guy that brought, well, John, you just look at a team that lost 9 games out of 10 opportunities just like this last year, and they flipped it in 5 weeks. The coach had a formula, set a standard, his team is following it, and it's awesome to watch.
Yeah, the flipping it part is part of my hot take, so I won't go into that. But Brian, you can correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. Jack Del Rio, I think, was the only other coach without any head coaching experience when he got this job, right? Liam had never been a head coach. 39 years old. What I wondered was, I knew reputation-wise he could call an offense, and he was, one of the latest offensive geniuses. You didn't know if he would be the head coach, which is everything, leadership, connecting with players. He's off the charts. I mean, it's to change this and to have players believing in you and to be handling, leading the ship is remarkable after 5 games, and he's changed his franchise. It's very, very impressive.
The buy-in has been spectacular, and we got a huge win on Monday Night Football. Stay with us. We'll go back over the highlights from that big W.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Dude, did you order
the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I've never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever. With eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate. Any condition guaranteed. Best 5G source root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
To aim higher, run faster. It's what elite athletes do. Always strive for better. At UF Health, we have that same DNA. To not just treat a stroke, but to create a fleet of mobile stroke treatment units. To not just do research, but to use AI to save lives with one of the most powerful supercomputers in academia. We believe, like athletes, that human progress has no finish line. UF Health, National Medical Center for Team USA.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at Surf Pro. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring the same dedication and precision to restoring your property as the Jaguars do on the field. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, their highly trained professionals are on call 24/7 to make it like it never even happened. Surf Pro, your local leader in restoration and cleanup.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Fields Auto Group. See Fields first, Jacksonville's premier luxury auto group. Head over to fieldsauto.com.
Yeah, it's a goofy finish, but what a tough moment for him to be able to say, like, he wasn't going to lose. And that's kind of really what it comes down to. He wasn't going to lose, and he made an unbelievable individual effort that hopefully can continue to springboard us.
A goofy finish. We haven't quite picked the name for it yet, but to get back up and find your way into the end zone, that's something memorable on primetime on Monday Night Football. We got the drama we asked for.
Listen, somebody asked me for my top 10 Jaguars regular season games. That's probably in the top 3.
Yeah,
probably so.
Absolutely. Let's look at some of the tape. We're going to start with highlights. We're going to do highlights. The first one's not a highlight necessarily. It's this QB sneak early in the game, which felt a little to me like, is this going to be a turning point where we look back and say, what if, right? Because we've all seen Trevor do the reach over the top as he tries to jump. It's not my favorite play.
No.
I was assuming we weren't doing that anymore.
Listen, you thought right back immediately. Everyone went to Tennessee, end of 2023, a chance to tie and stay in the playoff race there. What are you doing? This is what I talked about, John, when I meant roller coaster ride. There were moments like this with plays that we have become accustomed to seeing from the quarterback.
Well, I thought he scored, but because he didn't, it's a bad play. Liam sort of intimated afterward that it was more of a tush push, and he stood and he should have stayed down. I guess I would tell you that probably the same instinct that told him not to throw the ball out of bounds on the last play was the same instinct that told him to go after this on this play. Right. He could have thrown the ball out of the bounds on the last play, and you know what happened. So I guess it's hard to take the spirit out of the wild horse, but
you got to live with some things like that.
Yeah. So, but my guess is we'll see less reaching from here on out.
Let's go to Mahomes' rushing touchdown. The first one had that little bit of a pick play on the broadcast. They said may or may not, was it 1 yard line? Was it 1 yard from scrimmage? What have you. This was Mahomes rushing. This is where I felt Trayvon was missed a little bit. Og was in for him here, and Mahomes out doing Mahomes things. And we talk about that discipline you need to see on the pass rush because this is what he can do. He gets outside, he either rushes or he finds someone open after scrambling a bit. So this was a little tough early. Felt like the defense took a little bit to get settled against this Chiefs offense.
Yeah, I guess I'm very hesitant to criticize anything defensively when you're playing Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I think you can play great defense, and this guy can do these things. On this sort of thread, I thought the defense had 2 or 3 series, second quarter, early third, where a lot of times the Chiefs, once they get going, will roll through that and end the game. The Jaguars defense, once Trevor got the second touchdown, the Jaguars defense had a little period there where they said no and got them back in the game where it could be sort of an even footing. So against the Chiefs, Brian, you watch them a lot.
Yep.
That's what you have to do, and I thought they did that in big moments.
Well, people forget, Devin Lloyd scores a touchdown, right? Yeah. You go up 21-14, and the Jaguars got the Chiefs off the field, got the ball back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then it was that next series that there was the pass interference that became the interception. So, yeah, the Jaguars' defense did their thing.
Let's take a look at that Travis Hunter catch, because we talk about big players making big plays in big moments. And all we've been hearing, where's these Travis Hunter plays? Where's his marquee moment? This is a marquee moment for Trevor to step up in the pocket, throw it up there, and for Travis Hunter to go up and come down with it. it felt vindicating. We've seen him do it, whether it's in practice or, maybe that PI call, that bad PI call against him against the Bengals. For him to have this marquee moment, it was needed.
That's a huge play, and they talked about how they worked on it after practice. I love the little 12-yard, first down where he made that dynamic move to get back to the outside. He showed you last night that he is a player who will draw people's eyes to the television. He is that electrifying of an offensive and defensive threat.
Yeah, Kai, you and I have talked, and I probably said it on the air. I've been wondering, he's been great on defense, and you can see all-pro level on defense. And I've sort of been like, how is his talent going to make the impact that they want? Because we hadn't seen it. And then when he caught that pass, I said, oh, okay, John, that's what it is.
It is.
It was a remarkable catch. If you saw how high he was off the ground, all we've heard about is the body control and the ability to make the play in the moment. That was body control, and he was way up. I mean, it was an impressive play, and I'm sold.
Another marquee moment. We're going to jump ahead. Tie game. Devin Lloyd interception. And for Camp to kind of call that as well, knowing what the Chiefs like to do when they're in the red zone, for Devin to be able to stay there and follow the ball and get an interception and run it back 99 yards. I get winded looking at this. So it's just, I know we've talked about Devin a ton, but even just the defense being in the right place at the right time.
Well, and Lloyd talked in his postgame, and Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes did as well. Lloyd said that his key was the center looking back at him. And if he saw the center turn his direction, he had to get back out into that flat area. And he made that key. And Andy Reid said they know that that's the way that the Jaguars play it, and that they got what were called poppers, popping back out. Just was a remarkable play for a linebacker, John, who everyone thought didn't have the situational awareness, right? I mean, the last couple of years, I remember the game early in his career in Indianapolis where they just turned him inside and out. It was remarkable to see him execute that play so flawlessly.
Well, we've talked a lot about Devin Lloyd, and so on the play, if you noticed, DeJuan Smoot's 70 yards downfield blocking, and so is Josh Hines-Allen. I love DeJuan Smoot. I wasn't sure that he could run that fast, that far, but that speaks to the effort and the all-in nature of this team right now, which Devin mentioned on the podium as well. That return probably ends around the 20 if those guys aren't downfield.
All right, let's jump ahead to that final drive. Trevor's throw to BTJ, for me, was the highlight for him. I know he scored the game-winning touchdown, but this throw is something we know he's capable of doing, but to have it in that moment, and as we talked about, whether it's inconsistency from Trevor or Brian Thomas Jr., for them to have the faith that they have in each other and to make that throw where that is the only spot you can put that football where Brian's going to be able to come down with it and stay in bounds, and he hit it.
It was an indefensible pass. There was nothing that guy could do.
Yeah, and as much as both of them have been criticized this year, Trevor and Brian Thomas Jr., they're probably 3-2 without two huge moment plays by them. And what did we sit on this couch and harp on all last year? Team couldn't make plays in big moments.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We love it. All right, and the stumble, bumble, rooski, do fall, what have you, stumble in the jungle. I'm waiting for more. I love it. It's coming to us. The internet is undefeated. They'll figure it out. But this play is just all the range of emotions. And that's, sometimes watching Trevor, you get all the range of emotions. And
I got one for you, Brian. Trevor Lawrence was down twice.
Right, there, I like that. If you look closely at this, you see that Ezra Cleveland comes and cleans up a hole for him. And also on the backside, you had George Karlaftis, who had gotten free, and Travis Etienne looks and sees what's going on and then gets his body just to slow down Karlaftis, who might have chased him down from behind. So there were some quiet heroes out there who didn't get their name called, but if they don't do what they do in that instance, when everything's breaking down around them, he doesn't score.
Yeah, it's all effort and it's all plays. What's that phrase? Character's what you do and nobody's watching.
Right.
They were all plays that if they hadn't made them, nobody would have blamed them for not making them. And I guess if he gets tackled with 24 seconds there, they probably have time to get up and dirt the ball and they're still running plays. So they were probably going to be okay. But again, what a big play and a big moment, and again, one we'll be talking about as long as we do this, Brian.
What's amazing is you see the effort from Ezra, from Travis, and then there's Chris Jones just walking his way down the goal line.
Yeah, the effort wasn't on
right,
that
an
one.
all-pro, future Hall of Famer, a guy who has 3 championship rings, and he's just sauntering. To see the Jaguars want it more than the Chiefs was gratifying.
What's been defining of their 5 games this year?
Yeah.
All effort, physicality, and belief in want to.
The want to was definitely there. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. We'll give you our hot takes coming up after the break.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dream Finders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dream Finders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dream Finders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
Hey Jaguars fans, Thrive Infusions is Jacksonville's premier med spa for hydration, recovery, and performance. Whether you visit in-spa or book mobile IV therapy right to your door, they've got you covered. Their IV vitamin infusions help with hangovers, jet lag, dehydration, and overall wellness, keeping you energized and ready to go. Plus, with treatments like M-Sculpt Neo to build muscle and burn fat, and hydrofacials for glowing, healthy skin, they'll help you look and feel your best. Visit Thrive Infusions today and keep Jacksonville thriving on and off the field.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Jaguars tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Jaguars.
Federal employees keep our country going, and GEHA is proud to keep them going with health plans exclusively for them. We were started by postal employees in 1937, and today we offer all federal employees a network of 1.7 million providers and a health plan for every stage of life. That's why we've been trusted by millions of federal employees and retirees across the country since 1937. GEHA. Find your federal health plan at GEHA.com.
The Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance event is going on now at Ride Now Jacksonville. This is your chance to grab a 2025 side-by-side or ATV at some of the lowest prices of the year. Save up to $4,000 on select 2025 models or get financing as low as 0.99% APR for 36 months. Shop now and mention Jaguars at the time of purchase and score big with Polaris at Ride Now Jacksonville. Financing OAC. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Driver must be at least 16 years old with a valid driver's license to operate. All riders should take a safety training course. Call 800-342-3764 for more information.
Are you ready for a taste bud touchdown? Well, Jags fans, if you're at the bank and craving a snack that's shell-shockingly good, look no further than Luray Peanut Company's boiled peanuts. Picture this, you in the stands, cheering on your Jaguars, and in one hand, a bag of piping hot boiled peanuts. With original or Cajun to choose from, they're so delicious, you'll wonder where they've been all your life. So grab them while they're hot and get back to the game. And as always, Duval! Luray boiled peanuts, where every nut is a winner.
Jags A.M. brought to you by Dream Finders Homes. For 12 years, Dream Finders Homes have been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit DreamFindersHomes.com for all of the available inventory, and go Jags.
It's a big win. Obviously it's a good team. They've been a good team for a long time. They're hard to beat. They really are. They're really good situationally. Don't beat themselves. At the end of the game, they're always in it. They always seem to make the plays. And even today, they went down and got some points there, and we had to go win it. So it was cool for us to go take it and have to go win it at the end, put together a good drive. And it's just another step for our team. I think showing up on a big stage does say something. It's a big game.
Big game, statement win, I think it's fair to say at this point. I'm just so pleased to see. I knew they'd play well because I felt like going into this, it's just a different Jags kind of team. But to beat the Chiefs, who always find a way, even when they play badly, that said something to me.
Listen, I had someone from Kansas City tell me before the game that these guys were wound up to come in here because they had watched the Chargers lose, and they believed at that moment that the AFC West was still theirs. And they had watched the Bills lose, and they believed that their name was still written on the AFC. So the Chiefs came out wild-eyed, and you saw it early. They're used to playing these primetime big stage games, and they came out all fired up because they believed it was their opportunity to get within a game and prove they were still the big dogs in the AFC.
Yeah, I have a take on that, but I'll wait for my hot take.
Well, why don't you do your hot take first, and we'll go to John.
Listen, one of two things was going to happen yesterday. Either Trevor Lawrence was going to make the moment, or the moment was going to make him. That was a stage game for him, a statement game, and it was up and down and back and forth. Again, penalties, the turnover on the goal line, some bad throws mixed in with some spectacular plays. But there at the end, when he is on the ground, that was his opportunity. Remember, because he had the 5-yard penalty, then he had gotten them to go with seconds left to play. And if he had fallen down and been touchdown, you don't have to imagine too hard what the conversation would be today. That was a moment that he either used to make his own or would be used to make it for him. And Trevor Lawrence made the moment last night and now has a completely different perspective in the national spotlight about who he is as a quarterback, and I hope he believes it.
Yeah, and it's interesting. As you were talking, I was thinking of the phrase, in tennis they use the phrase on his racket, meaning if it's on a player's racket, then that player's either going to make an error or he's going to hit a winner, and he's going to decide the match, and the other player's playing defense on him. Against Patrick Mahomes, when you look back on that game, Trevor sort of kept the game on his racket. He was the one deciding it. He wasn't scared of the moment. He hears criticism and whatnot. And on the biggest play of the game, 3rd and 7, where if it's an incomplete pass, you're facing 4th and 7, he makes a play to Brian Thomas Jr. That was a no-fear play. He kept it on his racket and he won the match.
Listen, the way that he would not be stopped, he fell on twice and got up and kept going forward. There's that will to win. I have wanted to see that level of grit from him during a game, and I've seen moments, but I hadn't seen it consistently. And you'd have to say that from the point in the game that they went down 14-0, there was a lot of that. The way that he was running the ball was very much an example of that. But at the end, that get up and step over step, I thought it was freaking awesome. And he made the moment.
John, what's your hot take for us?
Well, this is what they are. And it's sort of redundant because we've been saying that all year, but you're in week 5 now. And by week 5 or 6 in the NFL, a lot of the mysteries are gone. A team is an identity. And they're a team that fights and wins. And I thought what was most impressive was they had led and been in control of all their games, even Cincinnati, even San Francisco. They had trailed for, I think it was a little over 9 minutes. I thought last night going in that they needed to run early, establish momentum, get 7-0, get 7-3, get 14-3 up, and then hold on. They didn't do that. They got down against a team where every fiber of their being could have been, that's the Chiefs. Well, it was the Chiefs and 14-7, and then didn't always go, didn't get right back in. It was a remarkably gutty performance that shows you that this team, it's almost like in Men in Black, when they hit the thing and you forget the past. Mm-hmm. They don't remember what happened before, and they don't identify with anything before. They believe they're a team that goes win.
Did you see the stat on the Chiefs' record with Patrick Mahomes on the road and a 14-point lead?
Probably
they had won their last 22 overall.
Yeah. This morning, they're 23-1 when he has a 14-point lead on the road.
Well, I'll take the one. I want to give some credit to some of the rookies on this roster. We've talked a lot about, Trevor Lawrence stepping up to the moment, Devin Lloyd. This is a team now where if you're drafted, you're going to have an opportunity to play right away. We saw that play from Travis Hunter, and that was something we wanted to have a marquee moment for him, that catch, and also the shorter catch that Brian mentioned earlier. Those are marquee moments, and he was taking advantage of the reps that were given to him. But I also want to give some shout-outs to some other people. Jonah Monheim coming in cold off the bench and playing as well as he did at center. is impressive to me as a late round kind of guy that you're taking a flyer on, thinking, hey, maybe we can develop him into something. Coming in at center after Hainsey went out with injury. LaQuinn Allen in there chip blocking Chris Jones all night. Rayon Lane on special teams. These are people that, Bashal Tootin, who's like splitting carries with Etienne at certain points. These are players that you drafted and are putting in positions to contribute to your team right away. And now when they're in a primetime spotlight, they're ready to go. This isn't something where you're throwing them out there and they're panicking. They're playing, they're a part of your team. And that's how you win games at this point, when you have a full rounded team of veterans and rookies that can contribute.
Well, Liam Cohen said on Tuesday that when they entered this project of rebuilding, of taking over the Jaguars, they were going to play young players, and he told his coaching staff, and they talked to the personnel department, they said, get used to it. We're bringing guys in, and we're going to give them the chance to develop.
Yeah, it was a remarkable performance by Jonah Monheim in the sense that he's the third guy now who has come in, and you haven't noticed that he's in on the offensive line. And I looked down, and I saw a 0 first, and I was like, oh, did they move Van Lanen to center? And it was just sort of the veteran instinct in me to say, well, they must be putting somebody with some experience. But as it goes back, all off season, all I've heard is, no, Monheim's going to play if Hainsey's out. Credit to him, one day he will start at center for this team. Maybe not this year, next year, whatever, because of Hainsey, but he's going to be a
long-term guy.
Yeah, long-term guy.
And quite a moment for a debut as well. Yeah. Big win. We'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up the rest of the week after the break.
Since 2014, there's been only one official home builder of the Jaguars, Dreamfinders Homes. With quality-built homes and a speedy move-in process, we're in 20-plus communities in the best locations across Northeast Florida. Dreamfinders Homes is everywhere you want to live. So get off the sidelines, Jags fans, and get into the game. Let Dreamfinders help you navigate your home purchase and offer great interest rates. Visit DreamfindersHomes.com for all your move-in ready homes and step up your game.
My husband, Steve, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. They only gave him months to live. That was years ago. Now, he's out there, under the tree. Nature photography is his thing. And apparently, so is catching poison ivy.
Oof, so itchy. UF Health, human progress has no finish line.
Hey Jaguars fans, Thrive Infusions is Jacksonville's premier med spa for hydration, recovery, and performance. Whether you visit in-spa or book mobile IV therapy right to your door, they've got you covered. Their IV vitamin infusions help with hangovers, jet lag, dehydration, and overall wellness, keeping you energized and ready to go. Plus, with treatments like M-Sculpt Neo to build muscle and burn fat, and hydrofacials for glowing, healthy skin, they'll help you look and feel your best. Visit Thrive Infusions today and keep Jacksonville thriving on and off the field.
Are you looking for a way to support those who serve? The Jaguars are proud to partner with VetTix, a national nonprofit doing amazing things for our veterans, service members, first responders, and their families. VetTix has given away over 30 million free event tickets nationwide to a wide range of live events, including Jaguars games. These tickets help reduce stress, strengthen family bonds, and create lifelong memories. Join us in supporting their vital work. To donate your unused tickets, discover how to become a member, or support their cause, visit vettix.org or firsttix.org today.
It's almost basketball season. North Florida basketball is right around the corner. Secure your seats inside UNF Arena for both men's and women's basketball for less than $20 a game. Visit UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now or call 904-620-BIRD today. Again, North Florida basketball is almost here. Secure your seats inside UNF Arena for both men's and women's basketball for less than $20 a game. Visit UNFospreys.com/buy tickets now or call 904-620-BIRD today. Swoop.
When disaster strikes, trust the experts at ServPro. As a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, they bring the same dedication and precision to restoring your property as the Jaguars do on the field. Whether it's water, fire, or storm damage, their highly trained professionals are on call 24/7 to make it like it never even happened. ServPro, your local leader in restoration and cleanup.
Jags fans, if you want customized Jaguars furniture for your home, check out zipchair.com to browse all the customizable options. ZipChair is furniture for fans. And this weekend's game against the Seahawks brought to you by Florida Blue, the presenting sponsor of that matchup on Sunday in Week 6.
Talk about resilience. Down 14-0. Come back. One play at a time. How about Devin Lloyd? Guys, but think about it. All three phases made a huge impact in that ball game. All three phases. Guys, not much we do is truly the most pretty thing in the world. But guess what, man? Guess what? Guess what? Winning feels good.
Winning feels good. I just love a Liam Cohen victory speech because he just, how about Devin F. and Lloyd? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. How about him?
Yeah,
It's just, it's so relatable. I mean, we talked about up and down about Liam Cohen. It just feels like the right fit.
There's an energy in that room, you can't deny it. He brought it.
I said before, he's been a remarkable fit, and I think he's going to be the coach here and a successful coach in the NFL for a long time.
All right, short week now. We got to prepare for the Seahawks before the London trip the following week. What's the focus got to be to kind of, yes, ride this win, but also not overlook your next opponent?
It's got to be all in Seattle. They're a really good football team. They're very close to being 4-1, just like the Jaguars are. They had some injuries last week, but Sam Darnold led 5 straight touchdown drives in the second half to make that a game last week.
Well, they might be the best team they've played so far, and maybe not by miles, but Seattle's one of those teams that you really don't pay much attention to over here because they're out west. They don't necessarily have a superstar that gets them, national recognition all the time. Yet every year they win and they compete, and this year they look like it's very much like a favorite in their division, and I think it's the toughest matchup so far this season.
They also think they have a defense that is going to be worthy of its own name, kind of like the Legion of Boom. Mm-hmm. They have a very talented group up front. It's a great mixture of high-round draft choices and guys they've developed, and the secondary is very talented. They played without some of those guys last week. Devin Witherspoon, their star corner, didn't go. Julian Love, the safety, didn't go either. But it's an excellent team. Now they're coming here to play probably on a hot Sunday at a 10 o'clock start. You got to take advantage of this opportunity while you've got it.
That game's presented by Florida Blue. Get your tickets for it. We're not going to be at home for a while, home game in London, but we won't be in Jacksonville for a while, so you definitely want to come and check that out on Sunday. Stay with us here on Jags A.M. Tomorrow. We'll look ahead to that matchup.